With this, we come to the first featured session. Now, the first featured speaker for us is Toastmaster Anju Pradhan, and evaluating her, we have Toastmaster Muskan Kandoi from Siliguri Foothills Toastmaster Club. Now, Toastmaster Muskan is the same age gap at me, but she has more achievements than you can shake an Oscar award at. By profession, she is a soft skills trainer. She teaches people how to speak, how to bring out their inner emotions in the words that they can use. But by passion, she is a Toastmaster, and a very interesting hobby she has is graphology. She can look at your handwriting and she can tell what is going on in your mind or what you had for breakfast last previous day. She is the person Agatha Christie calls upon when there's a murder on the note and you have to find out who it is. Toastmaster Muskan, I call upon you to introduce our next speaker, Toastmaster Anju Pradhan. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul, for that exaggerated introduction. I'm so glad to hear that. I will call you every time, and let me tell everyone, I did not pay Toastmaster Rahul for this introduction. Definitely. With that, let's move on. Good evening, everyone. Today, I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Anju's speech. Toastmaster Anju is attempting Level 2 Project 1 from the Pathway Presentation Mastery. The purpose of her speech is to find out and learn about different communication styles and also know about her primary style. There's one more purpose, which is it is for the member to share the impact of her style on others. With that, I hand over back to the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muskan. Now to talk about Toastmaster Anju Pradhan, or Anju ma'am as we call her. She taught me pathology when I was in my first and second year. Now back then, Toastmaster Anju ma'am had a very strong reputation of being a teacher to be very, very strict, someone you do not want to mess with, and someone you want to give as big a berth as possible. When people ask Toastmaster Anju or Anju ma'am to give a description of how they want to have her introduced in a club, she says the same to everyone. But again, as usual, I rolled it up into a ball and threw it out the window. For us, Anju ma'am was the strict teacher in first year, who I remember, who called us in her office, who showed us her mark list and made us call her parents and tell how miserably we had failed in her first exam. I had failed by a very big margin. Again, my mom is here, so I'll not tell the percentage. She doesn't know it till yet. Sorry, mom. Apart from that, but what this shows is she was the only teacher who actually called each and every student in her office, who made us call her parents, who got us scolded on two ends in some attempt to make sure brats like me could study. She is the teacher with a heart of gold that most of us misunderstood back then, which I get to see now. She is the teacher who forced the students into the habit of studying, ironically. So Anju ma'am, I wish you all the best. Today it's my role as a teacher and your role as a student, and I hope you do wonders with your speech. Toastmaster Anju, connecting the dots, Toastmaster Anju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Am I audible and visible?
Perfectly, ma'am.
One fine day, my teenager girl asked me, Mamu, why do my friends like you? Looking at her confused face, I got addled. But aren't you happy they like your mom? She just turned back, leaving me baffled. Distinguished Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, a pleasant good evening to you all. When I heard Toastmaster Deepak's speech on different communication styles in the previous meeting, I wondered what my style is. Before joining Toastmasters, I thought I could speak well. It is only after joining, I discovered there are numerous ways to become a good speaker. Now coming to my Project 2 Level 1, I realized in order to be understood, it is important to be a good communicator. Famous Irish playwright George Bernard Shaw said, the single biggest mistake in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. It is high time for me for introspection of my own communication style. I needed to connect the dots from being a good speaker to becoming a good communicator. According to Toastmasters International, there are 4 different communication styles: direct, analytical, supportive, and initiating. A direct communicator is result-oriented, focused, and competitive. The analytical style is cautious, precise, and disciplined. The supporting communicators are patient, cooperative, and sympathetic. The initiating communicators are social, fun-loving, full of energy, and persuasive. After having my survey, I got my result. But let me keep it secret for a while. Shall we play a guessing game? Come on. I will share a few moments of my life and you will have to connect the dots and guess my communication style. Are we ready? Okay. Scene one. Anju, shall we go for skiing? Oh, yes, I would love to. It would be so much fun. My professor and his secretary, Clary, were the only people I knew in Geneva 6 years ago. Soon I became friends with Clary's friends who were much older to me. Some of them even had grandchildren. But they were not the only friends I made out there. My neighbors in the hostel I lived were bachelor's and master's level students. We often met in kitchen. Anju, what is this wonderful aroma coming from your food? Oh, I'm tempering my lentils with ghee and spices. We exchanged our food. Kasumi, let's visit Monju. There is a living Santa in Roshidine, and it will be so much fun to play in the snow. No, I wouldn't want to. It's cold out there. Come on, it will even be fun to visit the Christmas market there. I often succeeded in dragging them out. We often hung out together and visited many places during weekends. After all these years, we are still connected. Scene two, my house, people, myself, and my student. Cold, clammy hands held me tight. She was trembling as she said, "Ma'am, I will not be able to continue my studies. I have wasted my parents' money by failing my exam. They had invested whatever they had on me." Poor girl had failed the finals of her first year medical school. She did not have any means to pay for her fees in future. I listened to her until she cried her heart out. Do not think of quitting. Imagine the day you'll become a doctor. How proud your parents would feel of you. As she left my house, I held her hand and I said, no matter what, promise me you will continue your studies. Today, she is a well-practicing doctor. Scene three, I bring you back the communication I have with my daughter. Now, why do you think was she flabbergasted that her friends liked me? Toastmaster Sandhya, Toastmaster Ashish, and all the parents here, you may know the predominant communication style we use with our children. Stop playing and study. Eat your greens or you will not have your iPad for a week. I cannot hold my secret here. Yes, it is the direct communication style. And as Toastmaster Rahul has clearly stated before, he will connect to this situation because I treat my students exactly the same way I treat my daughter. Do you agree, Toastmaster Rahul? Now I request you all to connect the dots and guess my communication style. Please, what do you think is my predominant communication style? Any one of you? Come on, it's a guessing game. Okay, so yes, I'm getting it, initiating. Thank you so much. Yes, that is what I got from the survey. And I learned after the survey that initiating is my predominant communication style. It has always helped me bond quickly with people in any part of the world. Being a direct communicator in my office has helped me approach tasks with perfection. I cannot think of any situation where I could be an analytical communicator. But whenever I tried being a supportive communicator, it has helped me help others with their situation. I have been misunderstood at times when I tried my direct communication styles. As Toastmaster Rahul has stated, my students thought I acted like a school principal, and so does my daughter. However, I've learned to be agile and flexible when it comes to using these different communication styles. One cannot go along with one style, and it also depends on the type of communicator you are communicating to. Dear Toastmasters and friends, I have learned my communication style. I've connected the dots, and it has helped me understand how I can influence other people and my surrounding. I would like to leave you all here with a question to ponder on. What type of communication style do you use with your spouse? Master Toastmaster, back to you. Thank you.